Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lamborghini_C, and I just want to chat. Look, we need to catch up on all the trends, all the latest happenings. I hope you guys have been doing great. I hope you've been doing awesome on your goals. We're in the 9th month of the year, so we're in the home stretch, baby. And so, again, September, the number 9. A lot of completion, things coming to an end, which was making room for new beginnings. So I hope you guys are having a successful year still. And if you haven't, hit your goals to date, then again, you got to knock it out. You got this, heading to this last quarter, and you got to make it do what it do. So I can tell you that I have been fast and furious. We've been growing like steadily, which has been awesome. But I keep, I make sure that I'm steady networking, which is creating other opportunities. Look, I got jumped into a competition. I don't even know the full rules or the full scope of the competition, so I got to find out the rules on that. But there's been so much going on. Also, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Also, follow me on LinkedIn. If you're not connected to me on LinkedIn and you want some business content, follow me over there because I share a lot of business content there. And I also do a bi-weekly LinkedIn live session that's just audio with the lovely Lazy Millennial. And it's also shared on my YouTube channel. We have the replays as well as on Spotify. But let's get into it. There has been so much drama and stuff going on. And I'm telling you, it's been helping me with the content. So I know you guys heard all the talk last week and all the chatter about this whole Chase Bank glitch. And I have to tell you, when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, what in the world is going on? Like, did something go down with the computer systems? And I was like, oh my goodness, am I going to have an issue? Because I do bank with, Chase. I think a lot of people do, but I have to tell you, it had me a little bit nervous at first because I just was not sure, exactly what was going on with that whole fiasco and situation. But before we get into it, I'm going to actually share a video that kind of, explains high level about this glitch here.
This is the arsenal of democracy. We put the world on wheels and want two world.
Oh, we don't want that. Oh my goodness. I hate when they do that nonsense. Because, honey, I don't want to talk about my political views, but when I tell you that is not it. Look, if you live here in Michigan, that is not it at all. But no, we're trying to hear from the young lady that's going to tell us about this Chase glitch. So let me get myself together because I don't know how we got John James up there on the screen. Because that is not what we're trying to do. Okay, so let's listen to this young lady talk about the Chase glitch.
What you need to know about the Chase Bank glitch making its way around TikTok in 60 seconds or less. The internet is buzzing with questions after an exploit was found allowing customers to withdraw cash from ATMs operated by Chase Bank using bad checks. The big question, is the Chase Bank hack seen on social media real? The answer, yes, but it is check fraud and very illegal. Though Chase has not explicitly explained what glitch happened, it likely involves the immediate availability of funds written on the deposited checks. People who had taken part in the trend are now seeing deductions on their accounts, along with account locks and holds on any further deposits, and possibly face fines and even jail time. Moral of the story, don't trust everything you see on the internet. What you need to know about the Chase.
Okay, so that was it in a nutshell. Now, let me tell you something. When I first heard about this, I thought it was some sort of like computer system glitch that went down or something like that. But let me tell you, this is one of the oldest tricks in the book. And this is a true sign. So regardless, whatever political side you're on, they're lying, right? You cannot believe the news. And, they don't want to say what's really happening. But yeah, the economy is slipping, honey. It has slipped It has slipped and is falling and can't get up. But this is just, again, even more evidence to me, because I will tell you, what this young lady explained that's happening with this Chase glitch thing, this happened, I'm going to date myself now, back in 2003, right? We had the internet, but we didn't have all these apps, and we weren't, doing things as much electronically. But what people were doing there, I had just moved in the summer of 2003. I had just moved to New Jersey, right? I just finished graduate school, got my job with Ford Motor Company, they flew me out there, for an undisclosed amount of time. And so, I'd never lived outside of my home state, Michigan. So it was all new to me. But as I was getting myself set up, I had to go get, an apartment, set up a bank account out there and everything. Like, I was hearing about this fraud that was going on. So people were actually then cashing paper checks, right? Because again, we weren't set up to do things electronically like we are today. So people were taking these checks that were $20,000, $30,000 and going depositing them into the bank and then taking the cash. So again, that was happening back in 2003. And so as a result of that, they started to, again, the checks would bounce, right? And so then you have people gone and they're spending the cash that have all this money. Now, in some of the cases, the folks were actually being defrauded. Like, they were being sent the checks, I think, and then told, okay, here's this $30,000 check. I have these issues. I can't deposit it. If you can deposit it for me, I'll give you $2,000. You get to keep $2,000 and then send the 28 to me. So some folks were, not doing it thinking they were being deceived or trying to be deceptive, right? They were trying to get some fast money. And usually, if you're trying to get fast money, again, you're subject to be scammed, right? So you really got to know what you're jumping yourself into. But that's how they were doing it back in 2020 or 2003. So now fast forward, it is the fall or late summer, I should say, of 2024. So now again, they've digitized the scamming. And so now, but these people were actual participants. And then we have this other element with this TikTok generation that has to share everything. They can't keep anything to themselves. I am loving TikTok these days, because when I tell you it's informing me and it's creating so much content for me, from an HR perspective, for me to be able to speak to and teach on. I'm loving it. So y'all keep it up. But these kids are on this app, and every time they make a move, they have to go share it, right? And so they were on TikTok blowing it up and telling people, you got to get in on this. There's a glitch. It's a glitch. But again, it was the basic same thing, the old schemes that they just revamped and revised for 2024, where they were going and depositing these checks and then withdrawing the cash. Now, shame on Chase, because they had been through this before, right? And that's why I thought they put the stipulations in place. And I have to tell you, Chase has given me a hard time. Look, and I'm a private client, but they have when I tell you the way that they question if I go and pull out certain amounts of money, 5 figures or what have you at a time, the way they, they will I remember one time they sent me 3 security codes. Okay, ma'am, we're going to send you a security code to your phone and read back the number. They did that 3 times, in the same setting, just to get, and I think I was only taking out $20,000. And I'm oh my God, seriously. Then I remember, because I was in the drive-thru, the woman came back. It was 5 times, because it was a Saturday Night Live skit. Because then she was okay, what was your last employer? What the hell? It was just if y'all don't give me my money, for real. But for them to go from that to then letting these people pull this scheme, that's crazy to me. That is just so crazy. So I don't know, maybe the glitch was at the checks and balances, because usually they put a hold. If it was over, I think it was 10,000, that you deposit, you have a hold of like 3 to 5 days. But then I think they dropped it at one point to like 5, any checks over 5,000, because I had to go off about that because I'm like, are you serious? Like, come on. And so now apparently, again, it was just all, open season. So you had all these people taking out this money, and now you got these folks that are on TikTok now, days later, because now it's caught up with them. So by now the checks have bounced, the deposited, check or whatever that they put in there has bounced, and so now they're seeing their accounts in the negative. So they're on here crying, boo-hooing, and everything. And unfortunately, that's what they get. But it's not over yet, because the reality is that the behavior that they participated in was actually fraudulent. And so, yes, they owe the banks the funds that they took out and spent, but then they are subject to jail time. Not to mention, of course, I have to put my HR spin on this, right? Not to mention, the other piece of it is that they likely, again, this is going to harm them further in the future, because can you imagine how hard it's going to be now for them to be able to open up another bank account, at another banking institution, let alone for them to be able to get gainful employment, depending on the types of jobs that you're going for. Like, they do these like credit checks or what have you, because especially if you're going to be handling money, and things like that, they want to make sure that you don't have any financial criminal behavior or financial red flags or things in your history that might make you prone to misuse your power or your responsibilities in handling, those funds or what have you. And so, it's a sad thing to see. But again, to me, it's a testament of what actually is occurring in the economy, because people get desperate, when there is like such a shift in the economy. And so again, they grasp for that. And so that was all the talk of last week. Now, the other thing that was the talk of last week, and I'm going to show you one of my videos, but and if you guys aren't following me over on TikTok, follow the HR Whisperer, the Edmond Enterprises channel over there. But this young lady actually got fired and recorded herself being fired. And so that was all the talk of last week. And so, of course, on TikTok, they've come up with a new, fix or whatever, a solution, so that they can be slick at work. So here we go. HR people, they're at it again. They are at it again.
Did y'all see that video of that lady who got fired from her job because she kept getting caught with earbuds in her ears? She probably would have never got fired if she would have had some of these. I've been listening to music all day with these Bluetooth glasses, talking to my man, able to take pictures. My boss do not know.
We know now. Can you believe this? Let me know your thoughts in the.
That was fun. That was fun to make, because, honey, when I tell you these kids be on it, or so they think, oh my goodness, you know what? So now, if you're a manager or owner of a business or HR, you got to be on the prowl. You got to be on the lookout for these glasses. If you know, and see, I'm not going to put him on blast, but if you know somebody and they have never had glasses before, they don't even have a prescription, and they pop up with glasses, then it's some funny business going on. So to like have a little extra eye on them to see what's happening. But it is getting funny. Like, I just, I love human resources. That is my passion. I love helping employees. I love helping to set, organizations up in the right space to be able to be successful, to be able to save money and things like that. But I get a kick out of, at this age and stage in life for me, I laugh at all these antics that, people come up with to try to slick the system and to try to get over and maneuver. It is just hilarious to me. But, I'm sure they're going to keep going. This isn't the end of it. But guys, I just wanted to come and say, what's up? make sure that I inspire you, encourage you, and uplift you. Keep going for your goals. And hopefully you had a little chuckle. But I'll be doing these drop-ins, every so often on just the latest happenings and things that are going on. But till now, again, Lamborghini_C, the HR Whisperer. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Bye.